Welcome to another episode of Brawl Till We Fall. All right, so we're gonna jump right into Brawl Till We Fall news. Um, we got some updates and things that's going on in the wrestling world. We start off, or we always going to start off with AEW um, during this segment because we got AEW, TNA, and then we got the results from last night's SummerSlam. If you'd missed it, you missed a hell of a show. But I got the results from that that's coming up. So we're gonna jump right into AEW and give you just a recap of news of what happened this week in AEW. We missed a few weeks, and at the end of the show, I got some announcements and some updates with Brawl Till We Fall. Some updates and things that's going to be going on and taking place. All right, so let's jump into it. Just going to be real honest with you. The highlight match of the week from AEW was Darby Allin versus Hangman Page. But we're going to get into that in a minute. Going to start off with what happened on AEW's Dynamite. We had a few things that took place. First of all, MJF, of course, comes to the ring, get his in-ring segment. He changed the title around. It's no longer the international championship. It's now the American championship. So he changed the international championship to the American championship. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's a hell of a good looking belt. That belt looks better than some of the belts in WWE. So I actually like the belt, personally. And honestly, even though, and in this segment, Will Ospreay came out because your boy MJF did cheat. He did hit him, with the ring, the dynamite ring, whatever. So he cheated to get that belt. He could not win, but I mean, it was a hell of a match, long, drawn out match. Like I said, both of them with their um, time in wrestling have the stamina, but even with the stamina, your body after that long, lengthy match, they needed oxygen after it, and that's just human beings. We're just human. But at the end of the day, MJF did cheat to win. So Osprey is pretty pissed off about it. And he wants his rematch. They're gonna get it at All In. So he came out there, he was ready to, get it in. MJF escaped. Um, Osprey said what he had to say, and then he had a match. And his match was a hell of a match. But like I said, I say this all the time. Will Ospreay always brings it. He brings it. But Lance Archer is no walk in the park. This dude whipped ass in a few shows back because I missed a couple of shows, but he whipped ass. And he was looking for a fight. He was under the tutelage of Jake the Snake Roberts, if you know. If you don't know, you know now. And hell of a fight. But Will Ospreay whipped his ass. He took out all this frustration that he had for MJF and what happened out on poor Lance Archer. I ain't gonna say poor Lance Archer because that's a beast right there. But he took all his frustrations out on his ass. And that was a hell of a match. Hell of a match. So that right there was one of the highlights of AEW Dynamite. Um, Kyle Fletcher came out because MJF after the match decided to attack Will Ospreay, which is what he does. But Fletcher came out, and just to skip and go ahead of the game, Fletcher did challenge MJF to a match, which is coming up next week, Dynamite. And MJF came out on Collision and stated that if he did indeed beat him in a it's like an Iron Man match, but it's a match that um, he put a stipulation on, then he would give him a shot at the title, which I find to be kind of crazy because Osprey wants his belt back. So let's see how this works out in All In. I've smelled that there's going to be a triple threat at All In. That's just the way I look at it. But two friends have to go at it, Kyle Fletcher and Osprey. And MJF just going to let them work it out and then going to walk away with the belt. That's my predictions. I'm giving you an early prediction because I don't think that that money that was spent to create this new title is going to be gone just like that. So I think MJF is going to be the champion, American champion, for a long time. You know, they don't just create belts just to create them, and that's just the way I look at it. Um, so let's move on. I mean, that was one of the highlights of the night. Um, Willow Nightingale still battling it out with Chris Statlander. Hathaway still gets in the way, and I just wait for the day that they will be able to go on and fight with each other without any interruptions. And then Chris Statlander can finally Willow can finally earn the respect of Statlander. Moving on from that, Brian Danielson did get in the ring and had his in-ring segment about his retirement. And he stated his contract is basically up. But at All In, he's going for the belt. Which again, is almost like it's contradictory because if you're going for the belt and your contract is up, chances are you're not going to win it because your contract is up. So, what are you going to do? You're going to defend it, or you're going to hand it back to Swerve after you win it? How that's going to work out, I don't know. But I'm gonna put another prediction out there that Swerve is going to retain his title. That's it. Um, and he's gonna go and your boy Danielson is gonna go out on his own recognizance, and that's it. He's gonna end his career in one of the greatest matches ever because going up against Swerve is no walk in the park. So that's gonna be a hell of a match. I just wish I was in London to see it, but unfortunately I'm not gonna be there. But I'll be watching it on pay-per-view. So can't wait to see that match. But like I said, not gonna get into the other matches because they are rhetorical. I will say that this battle between Tony Storm and Mariah May is great. I love it. Love the women's division and how it's going in AEW. Those two are really bringing it. Um, now that also let's talk about Mercedes Moné and her new partner in crime over here, Camille. Now Camille defeated this Brittany Jade within seconds. She's dominant. And Mercedes Monet, even though I've said some things, and it still does make her look like a weak opponent uh, to Britt Baker, but at the end of the day, she's smart. She got back up. Britt Baker needs to get back up. And Britt Baker has done this before. She's had backup too. So it's nothing different, nothing new under the sun. But I just find it interesting. Mercedes Monet has recruited Camille to be her backup. So, but it's making her look more interesting these days. And like I said, I was getting bored with Mercedes Moné. So this is a little bit more of a storyline and an interesting phase that's going on right now. But to the main event on Dynamite, Darby Allin faces Hangman Page. This was a hell of a slobber knocker. This was great. Darby Allin did get the win. And I just want to mention also Will Ospreay did get that win, over Lance Archer. It wasn't an easy win, but like I said, he made it look easy. But back to Darby Allin, he did get the win over Hangman Page. This right here was a hell of a match. I mean, it was just back and forth. I'm gonna tell you right now, Hangman is no walk in the park either. So Darby Allin, and I've always said, little guys, Tony Khan always pushing these little guys. But I'll tell you right now, I don't know what Darby Allin is made of. This dude got hit by a bus. He got hit. He didn't. They done did some things to this dude, and he still comes back fighting. He's got a lot of energy. He's like a superhero. I'm gonna call Darby Allin a new superhero of wrestling. He could take punishment that nobody else can take. So I'm gonna give it up to Darby Allin. He definitely earned that match. Like I said, it was no walk in the park. So giving kudos up to my man Darby Allin. All right, let's move over to Collision. So Collision had some excellent matches as well, but nothing that is better than the Darby Allin. That's why they got the match of the week. It started off with the Patriarchy coming to the ring, Christian Cage, who I've said many weeks after they get those trios belts, they got a target on their back from none other than the returning House of Black, and they came back, and all of them are back. And it surprised Christian Cage, but guess what? He should have known Buddy Matthews is not going to stay down for long. So they all came back. I see that happening, and they were put in a corner. They were put in a situation because not only did they have to deal with them, they had to pull up. They had to deal with Bullet Club Gold, who came out and surrounded them. And poor Nick Wayne got the beating from that. And I guess Christian Cage sacrificed his so-called son to escape from the anarchy of what was about to take place, as it was about to get on. But again, I say it like this: the patriarchy don't have no real arsenal in their tank. Christian Cage is it. Nick Wayne is a small little dude. He ain't got that heart that Darby Allen got. He's good, but he ain't that Darby Allen dude. And that beast that he got over there, that's it. Going up against House of Black, you're gonna get punished and you're gonna get beaten really bad. And I can't wait because I really don't like the patriarchy. Sammy Guevara made his return, and Dustin Rhodes and Devon Eriks had they won the ROH 6-man tag team championship. And Guevara wants to be a part of this clique. They're the Texans' finest. That's what they call themselves. And I think that would be great, just coming from my perspective. I mean, it's great to see Dustin Rhodes and Devon Eriks reunite. I mean, it's the newer generation, but still, there's a lot of history there. Like I said, I've been watching wrestling since the 70s. So for me, this is awesome. It's awesome. You know what I'm saying? Seeing Devon Eriks, the new generation, Sammy Guevara is the new generation, under the tutelage of Dustin Rhodes. Oh my goodness, this is awesome. I can't wait to see where this goes if they keep this storyline going and they don't, turn my man into a bad guy again. Um, a lot of good matches. Again, Kyle Fletcher, after he defeated Brian Cage, he decided to, call out MJF. And like I said, MJF um, put out there that on Wednesday there will be a match, and it's an eliminator match on Wednesday. And if he defeats MJF on that, he'll get a future title shot. Simple as that. Um, let me see what else. There's not really much else except for Jeff Jarrett had his backstage segment where he'd be facing Brian Danielson on Dynamite as well. That should be a classic match. Let's get to the last match of the night, which was a 6-man tag. Darby Allin, Mark Briscoe, and FTR. Um, Actually, not even a 6-man, it was an 8-man. Defeated the Undisputed Kingdom and the Beast Mortars. So after the match is what made it interesting. I mean, during the match, hey, great match, loved it. It was all great. But there seems to be a battle for who is Team AEW. So you got FTR on one side that claims that they are the best and they are AEW. And then out comes the Acclaim who says that they are AEW. Now, both of them have went up against the EVPs, which is the ones that are the enemies of these two teams here. And as Mark Briscoe said, as he separated them, because they were about to get into it, actually, they did get into it. But they need to join together. The enemy is not them. The enemy is the EVPs. So this is something where, and this is in today's society all over, separation, divide and conquer. And that's what the EVPs tried to do. But if it comes up to Mark Briscoe reuniting a force such as powerful as the FTR, Mark Briscoe, Darby Allin, and the Acclaim with Billy Gunn, this right there will be something that the EVPs did not expect. And they will have a lot of problems because if these guys reunite, or unite, I should say, and come together as one, then what will the EVPs do? And that's where I'm going to leave it. That's the end of AEW's recap and news for this week. Um, I'm gonna get into TNA and then finally SummerSlam results after these messages. All right, we're back with TNA. So, not much really to talk about in TNA. There's a lot of problems going on with the system. Moose ranting. They're gonna reboot all of these different things that's going on. The highlight of the night was the wedding. Yeah, the wedding that took place. PCO and Steph DeLanda got married, or did they? Well, they were supposed to get married. Everything was set up. Everybody was in the ring, ready to do the thing. It was about to be officiated by Santino Morella. And they had an interruption. First interruption was AJ Francis and Rich Swann, who just came out and said they just wanted to see two freaks get married. But it was Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona returns with a gift, which was a center block, and laid everybody out in the ring. Um, and he wanted to leave with Steph DeLanda. But that didn't happen. And she screamed, he ruined her wedding. And he leaves, you know, not knowing what happened. Basically he thought that it was going to be over after he laid everybody out. But it ended like that. That's how TNA ended. So now let's go back. So the beginning, you got Nick, the new champion, um, Nick Namath, and he defended his championship against Mustafa Ali, who is not. He's been on a roll, but he got too cocky. That's just the way I see it. And Nick Namath had to set him straight, and he still has his belt, and that's how that ended. And that was the match of the night for TNA. Um, like I said, the system has been still having their issues. They done lost basically everything, and there's nothing really. They have to do a reboot at this moment in order to um, get themselves back to where they were, which was on top of the game in TNA. And I don't know what it's going to take for that to happen. You know, even I'm gonna say this. Nick Namath is on top of the game, but Ryan Namath is not. Frankie Kazarian um, basically pinned him, and he has not been winning some matches, and he's getting beat down by C4 Spike, and he's been having his problems. Um, Jody Threat, hit Slamovich with a drop toe hold and knocked, and it's a pinfall victory over there. Like I said, the system is going through their things, and the storyline I liked better when the system was on top. So maybe they need to get back up there and the ratings will go back up. But I like the crossover because your boy Joe Henry was over in WWE's NXT. So I like that. So maybe they need to be doing more of a crossover, more WWE stars over in TNA and vice versa. But that's all I got for TNA. We're just going to jump right into SummerSlam results. No more commercials because I got an announcement to make after this. So If you didn't see SummerSlam, like I said, it was an awesome show. Um, from beginning to end, you know. Um, a lot of, I'm gonna say controversy, but it is controversial, but it was a lot of deception. Right? Starting with the very first match. Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley with Dominic Mysterio. Now, if you saw the prediction show that me and my brothers had, we basically told you what was going to happen. But there was some unexpected things that happened in this match that we could not. Well, I'm going to be honest with you. If you look at my show a few weeks ago, I said that this is a possibility of what might happen. So let me just tell you what happened so that you can see. Okay, so Liv Morgan versus Rhea Ripley. You know, Rhea was out for a minute thanks to Liv, and she came back for her revenge. And Dominic have been running away from that they were clearing things up. However, Dom did not have the same intentions that Rhea thought he had. So, just so you know, first and foremost, Rhea was upset, was angry. This was a back and forth match. I'm just going to go into the match itself. So, Liv Morgan re-injured Rhea Ripley's arm and pulled her shoulder out of socket, and then she snapped it back. Not once, but twice, which shows that Rhea Ripley is a superwoman. Do that. I mean, I'll be in pain. Sorry. But at the end of the day, she snapped her shoulders back in place, and you thought that she was about to dominate. In fact, I just knew she was going to get this one. But at the end of the day, my prediction was that Liv would retain because of Dominic, and so it happened. So Rhea got angry, reached for a chair. Dominic stopped her. No, that's not how you win. And we thought, he was looking out for her, because at the end of the day, yeah, if she would have hit her with that chair, match would have been over. Disqualification. She wouldn't have got a belt. So we thought all was good until Dominic threw a chair in the ring afterwards. Now it comes the confusion. Wait a minute. You stop her from using the chair. Why would you throw the chair in the ring? Well, Liv Morgan hit her finishing move on the chair, pinning Rhea Ripley, and then it was after the match. Dominic and Liv Morgan kiss after the match and celebrate as Liv Morgan retains the championship. This right here is a storyline for your ass. I don't know who wrote it, but guess what? I give you all the claps. That right there is a storyline for your ass. All right, so at the end of the day, Monday, that's going to be one. I don't know what's going to happen. I really don't know what's going to go down, but I know it's going to be anger, and it's going to be some dissension over in Judgment Day if they get their hands on Dominic, because your boy Damien was looking for him, which I'm going to skip through the other matches and get to that, because we talking about the Judgment Day. So we're going to get down to what happened with Damian Priest versus Gunther. All right, we're going to skip right to that because it all coincides with what's going to happen. So again, dissension. And here's the thing. I said this. The Judgment Day is not strong as it used to be. Now there's other factions there. And I said Damian Priest belongs over there in another group. And so does Rhea. They don't belong with Judgment Day. But I also said that a few weeks ago that your boy Liv Morgan and Finn Balor, they have a history. Okay. Well, let me just get right to what happened. So Damian Priest was facing Gunther, and he had him good. He did something that nobody really has ever done. He made Gunther bleed first. Not from the face, the nose, or any of those things. No, chest slaps, which Gunther is good for, and he's known for. Well, Damian made his chest bleed. So Damian was ready. And as I said with my boys, hey, Bronx all day, New York, represent. Damien, I thought was gonna win this one. I honestly thought so. And I really think he should have. But he was deceived by none other than the demon. Came out, Finn Balor, who he told to stay in the back. But he did need his support after a while because that was a long, lengthy match and it was very heavy on my man Damien. And he thought he had his support, but he stabbed him in the back. Gunther is now the champion. He now has the Intercontinental Championship. So, I mean, not the Intercontinental, the Heavyweight Championship. No, he's the Heavyweight Championship. He carried the Intercontinental Championship further than Honky Tonk Man. He is now the World Champion. And it's going to be hell and high water to get that from him. I don't know who his next opponent is going to be. They better bring it. Because now Gunther is going to be more cockier than he's ever been. And more confident than he's ever been. And we're going to see if he holds this title as long as he did the Intercontinental title. Let's see. But to no avail. Again, the Judgment Day is over. That's really what it's all about. The Judgment Day is over. So I see Finn Balor along with Dum Dum and Liv Morgan as a trio, which is what it was back in the day. Liv Morgan and your boy Finn Balor there was a part of another clique. So here we go again. So I see this. Now, who's left? Because you know where Finn goes, his other boy goes. So who's left other than Carlito and the Judgment Day? So this is going to be interesting to see what happens on Monday. All right, let's move on to other matches. I'm not going to take up the whole show with all of that. Let's see. The next match up, and I'm just going to give you the results now, exception of the finale, because that is worth talking about. So the next match up was Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker, which our predictions were off. I mean, my brother Henny, he got the prediction on this one. Braun Breaker did spear the hell out of Sami Zayn and won, and he is the Intercontinental Champion. Yes. So Braun Breaker got that belt. Same goes for him. Whoever gets this belt from Braun Breaker gotta be a bad man. Because Braun, that confidence level was built up. Congratulations to him. He earned it. He done beat the hell out of everybody. Now he can stop his rampage and rants and raves and just be a wrestler for once and just chill out. So moving on. And that was a hell of a match. It wasn't an easy match for him. No shenanigans. So anyway, Logan Paul versus LA Knight. This right here, I loved it. I didn't see LA Knight winning this. I wanted him to win. And I'm glad that he did. He is now the new US champion, I should say. And somebody finally dethroned this Logan Paul. He tried the shenanigans, but LA Knight was ready for him. And he was one step ahead of him, just like he was on SmackDown. And so he won. No need to even go no further. Logan Paul tried some shenanigans. He had friends there. He tried to hit him. Well, actually, he thought he hit him with those brass knuckles. But LA Knight, like I said, one step ahead of the game. And he got his number. And now he has the U.S. Championship. Now, who's going to dethrone LA Knight? That momentum is going to push him to the next level. And I can't wait to see what's going to happen on SmackDown. Speaking of SmackDown, you had Bayley versus the Queen Nia Jax. This one I didn't see coming either. We all thought that Tiffany was going to just stab Nia Jax in the back. Although I did have my other, predictions that she would go to the other side. But I did predict what was going to happen over there with Rhea Ripley too. But I thought that Tiffany Stratton would have came out over there afterwards. But there was no hurt. She wasn't hurt over there. So I guess she couldn't cash in over there if she wanted to. But she came out and caused a distraction for Queen Nia Jax. And guess what? Queen Nia Jax now is the WWE Women's Champion. She beat Bayley. I thought Bayley would have the belt for a little bit longer, but I guess not. All right, but she had to really put it in. She had to hit him with 2 or 3 annihilators just to get that belt. So I give big ups to Bayley because she stood in there. Because with all that weight on your chest, I'm pretty sure anybody would have crumbled. CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Special guest referee Seth freaking Rollins. This one was easy to predict. Me and my brothers all had the same predictions, and it happened. But it was also on CM Punk too, because he let his frustrations and he let his anger take the best of him, and he attacked the referee, which was Seth Rollins. Now I understand he had the bracelet on his arm, but guess what? You don't bring personal issues into the ring. Even though Drew McIntyre made it personal, that had nothing to do with Seth. He just picked it up off the floor, off the ring. So you let your emotions get the best of you, and Drew McIntyre got the win, such as I predicted, because karma. You know, y'all two been going back and forth, and he needed that. Drew McIntyre needed that win. However, I know it's not over, because after the match, Drew took back that bracelet that belonged to CM Punk and his family and put it back on his wrist, which means you don't want peace. You don't want peace, Drew. You keep taunting this man, and you don't want peace. So you may not get so lucky next time. So that's all I got for that. So next up, we already covered Damian Priest and Gunther. Gunther, new champion. All right. We're going to get to undisputed WWE Championship match. Bloodline rules. Everybody, including myself, just knew that the possibility of Cody Rhodes winning this match would be slim to none. Although my prediction was that Cody Rhodes would retain the title, there's some things me and my brothers went back and forth on, because Cody was supposed to take a leave of absence because he was injured. However, it didn't go down the way that we thought it would. Some things came out. RKO came out. Randy Orton and Kevin Owens did come out to the rescue. But I did not expect the end result. And you know what? I'm not going to make y'all wait. If y'all didn't see it, the real tribal chief made his return. That's right. Roman Reigns came back and helped Cody Rhodes keep his championship. That's right, I said it. Cody Rhodes retained his belt thanks to the very man that he had to go through hell and high water to get the belt from and finish his story. That's right. Roman Reigns came out and went up and took out his cousin, Solo. Took him out so that Cody can retain his belt. Now, this is going to lead to what we've been talking about. Civil War. Bloodline versus bloodline. We just don't know who's going to be on whose side. Jacob Fatu looked injured, though. He dived onto Cody from the ring onto the table, and he hurt his knee really bad. That's what it looks like. But that looks like a crazy man who sucks it up. Might be probably even take injections in the knee. I don't know what he's going to do. But he's going to have to make a decision, because he is the first cousin of Roman Reigns. And I know that the Tongans don't get along with Roman Reigns, so I know they're going to remain loyal to Solo. Jimmy Uso hasn't been seen since, and I know he's going to come back and join the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. So they signed Hikuleo. We have other cousins that may come. Don't know. But this is about to get interesting. So just as I can't wait to see what's going to happen on Raw, I can't wait to see what's going to happen on SmackDown. So, but that's all I got for SummerSlam news. Um, I don't know what. Yeah, like I said, I don't know what's going to happen. This is going to be very interesting. I'm just looking to make sure I didn't miss anything. So I was going pretty fast, but yep, that's it. That's all I got. All right, now let's jump right into updates. All right, so missed a couple of weeks, and I'm gonna miss another couple of weeks. Just letting y'all know up front. Um, I will be covering news only. It'll be appearing only on 8:30s on Sunday nights. So tonight, this show will be airing at 8:30. I'm gonna put everything together. No more separation. No more AEW here and WWE over there and TNA over there. No. We'll cover everything because it's all about the news and what's going on and updates. And that's all I'm doing right now. Pay-per-views. The next one coming up that me and my brothers probably do a prediction show of, and I say probably because a lot of my brothers don't really watch AEW, and that's the next pay-per-view up in this month, which is All In from London. So possibility we do a prediction show, and I will let you know about it on the next news show, which will be next week. I will be doing next week's show, but after that, I'll start taking a hiatus. So check us out. I'll do a commercial or something on my page to let you know that the show is going to be coming on. But to no avail, I thank you all for watching and being here with me and supporting me. Btwf fall shirts will also be sold on my new men's store, and I'll have the women's shirts in my women's store, which I'll be posting that up as soon as I put them on display. But the men's store is going to be berksoncs.store, and the women's store is berksoncs.net. So, and you can go to .com either or for the women's store. So soon those shirts will be up, and you can get yourself a Btwf fall shirt or hoodie, and I'll be putting that commercial up next time. Thank you once again, and I'll catch you on the flip side, and hope you enjoyed this weekend. SummerSlam party was awesome. I loved it. Great. And wrestling is just getting better and better. So catch y'all next week. Peace, and I'm out. This your boy Teo, and we out.